Hi, I'm Maggie Linton. Welcome to Business Essentials, a video guide for new, small, minority, and disadvantaged businesses in Montgomery County, Maryland. This short video is intended to give you a brief overview of important issues when starting or growing a business. It's not intended to be a comprehensive guide, but information designed to point you in the right direction. One of the most important and earliest decisions entrepreneurs need to make is what type of business structure should their business have. The business structure you choose influences everything from day-to-day operations to taxes and how much of your personal assets are at risk. You should choose a business structure that gives you the right balance of legal protections and benefits. To explore the topic of business essentials is Kristopher Madore, an attorney who specializes in working with small businesses and nonprofits. Kristopher is a practicing attorney, but also a passionate advocate, coach, mentor, and consultant for his clients at all stages of their organization's life cycle. Beginning with entity formation and federal and state taxes, his practice helps nonprofits and small businesses navigate the myriad of issues that they face, whether legal or non-legal. This includes compliance, volunteer management, board development, technology, strategic planning, and operations. Welcome to the program, Kristopher.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right, before we get started, I should inform our viewers that the information provided in this interview is for educational purposes only and is not intended to be legal advice or a legal service. Please consult with an attorney or other professionals regarding your specific situation. Thank you again for so much for joining us. Let's begin with when you should get an attorney, even in the formation of that business, huh?
Well, I'm a little bit biased in answering this question, but I would say as soon as you can afford one. Most people think of attorneys only when something goes wrong, right? Oh, this happened, I need an attorney. But attorneys do much more than put out fires. If you can get one as soon as you can afford one, or even a pro bono one, then they can really guide you in those beginning steps where there are so many questions. A misstep could really hinder your growth or operations because you maybe did something incorrect and now you got to deal with that. So getting an attorney right at the beginning to sit with you, talk with you, answer your questions, and really help guide you through those beginning stages, I think is valuable.
And it's really important to get the right attorney because we know that attorneys cover everything, and you really want to find somebody that specializes in that smaller nonprofit area. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely. Attorneys probably do more things than most people realize because most people are only familiar with who they see on TV, right? But attorneys like me are what are called transactional, never set foot in a courtroom. And so having the right attorney who understands you, your goals, your business needs is important because if you go to a business attorney that specializes in for-profits and you're trying to set up a 501c3 tax-exempt organization, some of the information will translate, but there's going to be a nuance that's missed. And so you should also interview several attorneys to find one you're comfortable talking with, right? Like, it's going to be an exchange, and if you don't feel comfortable with them or they don't speak in a way or explain things in a way that's helpful to you, then you should keep looking until you find an attorney that will be there, be your partner, and help you.
You brought up a very important topic, someone you're comfortable with. And should a person who's maybe forming a business or a 501c3 go in with a list of questions just to see what kind of feedback they're going to get from that person to know whether they should stay with them or move on?
Yeah, absolutely. I guess a little bit of a tip is it's also a way to get a little bit of free advice, right? If you go in with questions you already have and that attorney's trying to win your business, of course they're going to answer your questions. But if you get an attorney that's not answering your questions or is explaining in a way that doesn't make sense to you, and then you ask them to maybe, hey, can you, layman's terms or, no legalese or anything, and they can't do that for you, then they may be a great attorney, but they're not the right fit for you. And so, yeah, going in with a preset of questions will help not only get some answers for you, but help maybe gauge whether this attorney versus that attorney is going to help you the way you need.
Yeah, there's so many people that are also part of a larger law firm, and make sure that the person you're going to talk to is the person you're really going to be with, not somebody who's you're not going to be moved around with a group too.
That can be a little bit hard to control, especially in the large law firms. I'm a solo practitioner, so I'm one. So when you hire me, you get me, whether you like that or not, right? But in a large law firm, that's just the way it is. You get senior attorneys, partners, associates, legal clerks, secretaries, admin assistants, and they're all part of the team. And so that's one of the advantages of with going to a larger firm, is that you get a team. If I go on vacation, you're going to have to wait till I get back. But when you go to a larger firm with more people, then, if that one attorney's out, there should be somebody else who can then help you. So there's pros and cons, right, to every decision. And there are definitely advantages to a large firm, but there's also some drawbacks. And same with a small firm or a solo like me, right? I'm much more personal with my clients, right, because I'm one person. And so that's an advantage. But cons, right, again, you're limited to me, my expertise, my time, my knowledge.
We've been talking a little bit about different types of business, but what are the entity types that people can get into?